Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Techno. Today I've got two videos for you, both of them with me driving my T32 US heavy tank. Today we're here on the Serene Coast map. It is a standard battle and we are on the north side. The purpose of today's videos is to kind of show off the T32 as a heavy tank and ultimately show off what it means to be the king of hold down, as the video's title is. So hold down, what is hold down? Well, hold down is when you get a tank in a position where the hull of the tank, or the lower portion of the tank, is not exposed to enemy fire, only exposing the turret, or the top part. That's the part that goes back and forth. So anyway, the T32 is a fantastic hold down tank due to its extreme amounts of armor that are on the turret front, mainly. And it also has a very nice thick gun mantlet. Many tanks from different nations also do well in a ridge poke slash kind of hold down situation. This includes the British tanks. It also includes the Japanese tanks, though not as much. But really the T32 is kind of the main tank you go to when you think of, or at least when I think of, hold down. And what I'd like to do on this video is kind of showcase that to you. Alright, looks like most of our team went over to the eastern flank, so it looks like it's going to be me and this Ferdinand over here on the west, but in a game like this, that's actually probably pretty okay. If we can put ourselves in a position where only the enemy, where the enemy can only shoot at the turret of our tank, we're going to be fine, because there's really nothing on the enemy team that can pin the front of a T-32's turret. It's got 300 millimeters of armor. And there are some weak spots on a T-32's turret, but it's a very small weak spot. You can see it now. It's just that little commander's hatch there. So what we want to do is, if we do encounter any enemy, we just kind of juke back and forth, give them the hardest time to actually hit that turret. All right, we're moving up into the point of the west flank, where generally you're going to be encountering the enemy. So this is a good place where for us to be. This is exactly the kind of position where this tank does really, really well. You can see we have a little bit of a hill here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of poke this ridge, use my gun depression, use the hold down type of tactic, and sure enough, what we've got is an IS.
Enemy armor is damaged.
In a position like this, the IS is literally no threat to us. His gun can't pin the front of our turret, and if we keep moving, he's not going to have any good shots at our commander's hatch either. We also have an enemy T26 there. Good premium tank, strong turret armor as well, but it has a much larger weak spot, which I'll show you here in a second. Just remember, when you're playing the hold down game, your priority should always be the tank that's closest to you. You want to eliminate them from getting up on you and getting to your sides or your flanks. That's the most important thing. Alright, this IS seems to have realized the error in judgment here a little bit too late. Let's go ahead and get rid of him. And now we can focus solely on the T26. Now, like I said, the T26 is a very heavily armored, kind of medium slash heavy tank, but it does have a very large clearing weakness on the front. If you'll notice there, that thing looks kind of like a machine gun. It's actually a support for the gun and the armor on the front of the turret there, and that is our weak spot. It is much easier to hit from the front than my weak spot, and as long as I kind of keep moving while he's aiming, like I'm doing right here, he doesn't actually have a good shot at my commander's hatch anyway. Not that he's shooting at it, if he's actually shooting at the hull. And we're just going to keep putting rounds right into that same weak spot. And now we have a nice T-37 that's come up to help us flank, which was going to cause the Super Pershing there to kind of rotate around to follow him, and we get the kill shot and are able to move up the flank here. Alright, taking a minute to look at the map. We're 5-1, so that's good so far. Me and this light tank, as well as the Ferdy, are going to start pushing up the east flank here, and it looks like we're doing okay on the west flank here. It looks like we're doing okay on the east flank over there, where the rest of our team is. Nice thing about the Serene Coast map, especially for hold down vehicles or vehicles that can kind of do well in hilly terrain, is there's a lot of hills, a lot of little places to get down below, back into cover to hide your hull and things like that. So there's also this railroad right in the middle, and it's up on a kind of embankment, and that is another nice thing because it hides our approach all the way up to the enemy base here. We've got some spots on these two enemies in the base, but they don't see us until we actually poke over the top here, which is going to give me a nice chance to get some early damage into this Rheinmetall Borsig. There we go, and then we just want to pull right back below the embankment and back into safety. And the key thing to do is when you put yourself in a situation like this is to watch the guns of the enemy tanks. Watch them. You can see when they stop looking at you, like they're doing now, and that tells you you've got a chance to pop up, take a shot, and then get back below. Obviously, you're going to need to have a mobile enough tank for this to work, but, you know, you kind of have to be the judge of that. Notice that the WZ-111 is looking at the Pershing. Go ahead, pop up, put a round right into the side of his turret. And let's see if we can get sneaky and put another round right in the side. We do, and secure the kill on the WZ-111. Alright, we're going to go pull back there, dodge the AT-15 shot. Going to try to put a round right in the commander's hatch. Looks like that went through. And then immediately we're going to pull back and just kind of work this ridge. Don't give him much to shoot at. Alright, he got lucky there. Hit our main gun. We're going to go ahead and repair that. Keep putting fire into that AT-15. It's got really good armor on the front, so really, unless you're shooting at the hatch, you're not going to do anything. Get a couple misses in here, not doing a whole lot of damage. But it looks like at least he's not that focused on me. And yeah, he's going to expose his side to me, so I'll go ahead and take advantage of that. I do want to be careful about that ISU-152 in the back, though, because he can do some serious damage if I let him. Alright, we've removed the AT-15. That's our 5th kill. And it looks like we've got the enemy base area here secured, so we're going to go ahead and push forward and on into the enemy cap. Score is 11-9. We're doing pretty good. Got the enemy, I think, on the ropes. And what I'm going to do here is just kind of hang out in the cap circle. Give them something else to think about other than the guys that are trying to shoot at them. A lot of times if you just kind of hang out a little bit, it can pressure them into making mistakes as they think about a way to get back to the cap circle to reset. But at this point, guys, we've got this in the bag, so I'll go ahead and save you the last few seconds here. Let's go ahead and fast forward over to the scoreboard and see how we did. Alright, looks like we were able to secure the Ace Mastery badge as well as a few others there. We also got high caliber, and we're able to rake in 68,920 credits as well as 2,094 XP. We managed to do 4,200 damage, 4,252 that is, with 15 rounds, and we were able to deflect 1,740 damage with our armor. We also did a little bit of spotting damage and managed to bank in 40,000 credits. All in all, a really good game. Alright guys, the second game we've got here is a video of me and my T32 again. This one's a little bit after the first video there. You can see I've since earned a barrel star. This game is in Muravenka, and we are on the south side. Muravenka is one of those great maps for these any type of hold-down tank, just because of their abundance of great cover. Whether you go to the east or the west, you're going to be able to find hills that you can really hold down behind. So, always a good map for U.S. heavies, British tanks, especially British mediums like some of the Tier 7 and Tier 8 ones with the strong gun mantlets. Alright, so I want to go ahead and go over to the eastern side of this map. There's some really nice ridge lines that I can get behind, stay behind, able to pop out, fire some rounds, get back in cover, keep myself safe while putting effective fire on the enemy. Early on we spot a Chaffee heading across the field here. Always like to take those out whenever we have the chance, but it looks like he's a little bit higher up. We're a little bit down in a valley a little bit here, so we're not able to put any shots in. Also got a VK over here. That's a little bit of an oddball of the German tank tree. The VK has a sloped armor and actually excels as a brawler, which is pretty rare for Germans. They tend to be snipers and sight scrapers and kind of more defensive tanks. This one is more aggressive. Alright, we have been spotted, probably the VK, maybe the Chaffee. Looks like it probably was the Chaffee, because there he is. Let's see if we can put a few rounds into him as he's getting ready to go in the open here.
Penetration.
Nice, we do manage to put one round in as he goes for cover. We do take a round from the artillery though, but it looks like it was the FV304, so it didn't do so much damage as the other artillery on the enemy team would have done. Yeah, it looks like T32 also gets hit by the FV305, or sorry, 304. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop over this ridge here and get down in this little valley and see if we can take out this Chaffee. Nice. Alright, so we got rid of the Chaffee, one less headache to worry about later. And me and the T-34 are now set up in this valley. It's a very strong location for both of us.
Permission to engage.
Alright, let's see if we can get some damage into this VK. Oop, I pop up here. This is a risky move there, exposing the whole of my tank like that. Looks like they've got a Carnarvon over there as well as a VK. And there's Artie again. Good old Artie. We do want to be careful though, because they also have a Type 59, which is a very dangerous Tier 8 medium. There he is. Try to put maybe a round into his hatches on the top there. No, just bounces. Alright, we do bounce the Carnarvon and his friend. We definitely want to start getting thinking about removing those guys so that we can try to clear up one of our flanks.
Enemy armor is hit.
Get a solid round into the Carnarvon. The Carnarvon's a Tier 8 British heavy tank, so same tier as me, but the British version. Strong gun mantlet.
Enemy is hit.
Does have a weak spot right there on the top of the turret. It kind of flares upward and it gives you just a little bit of a lip that you can put a round into like I did just there. And I'm just looking along this ridgeline here, checking to see if any of the enemy tanks are going to expose just enough to get a shot in. Maybe the ARL. We hit something, it didn't do any damage, maybe his gun barrel. Try to get around in the lower glacis on the Carnarvon.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
He backs up right as we fire and it hits the upper glacis instead of the lower and bounces right
Let's
off.
find another target.
Try to get a round into the commander's hatch. And we just missed that one. So far so good, we've done some good damage. Carnarvon was up on the hill high enough that time. We did get one in the lower glacis. That's always good. And I keep watching these other low health tanks here. I really would like to remove some of them from the game, but we've got a bigger problem back there. The Type is trying to flank. Try for another round in the top of the turret on the Carnarvon, but it hits the gun mantlet and it bounces. And oh boy, we've got some problems on this side of the flank here. The T-34 is in quite a bit of trouble. He's got 3-on-1. Get around into the VK, ARL on full health, or at least he was. But we need to get back before the Type comes around the corner. We don't manage to get back before the Type comes around, but that almost looked like an HE round, so he may have had some high explosive loaded. Let's see if we can get our gun around to fight the Type here, and hello. Enemy artillery, suddenly. Go ahead and take care of that real quick here. I'm going to try to keep fire on the Type. He's the biggest threat right now. See if we can track him. We don't get tracked. We are tracked, hear that, and we're retracked. We did get some guys shots in on the Type though, and we're able to remove him.
Let's go.
Already still pounding us. See if we can get rid of this Carnarvon.
Penetration.
Maybe one more shot. Well, definitely one more shot now. And yeah, got the kill on the Carnarvon. Okay, we got a VK coming up on us, and we're tracked. It's not good. Can we get the gun around? It looked like the gun was around, but it looked like the server decided it wasn't. That's okay. The comment on our team backed me up here and gets the kill on the VK to save me. And it's been a nice brawl right there on the east flank. But it looks like we've got this one in the bag. We're going to go ahead and flank up this edge here while our team pushes from the north. See if we can get a little bit more damage in on this artillery before the end of the game. I don't know if we're going to make it happen. maybe. Do we have a shot? He's pretty small. No, we don't. We don't get anything. All right, still good game. Let's see how we did here. Another ace tanker, quite a few badges. Hand of God, that's always a fun one. Steel wall, high caliber. Managed to pull in 57,000 credits and 1,900 XP. Always a good result. That is, of course, undoubled. As far as damage goes, we secured, it was only 3,000 damage, but we were able to bounce 1,700 off of our armor, which is always fun. We also did 1,000 spotting damage. Go figure that out. But it looks like we didn't quite do enough to do that good of a profit, only walking away with 600 silver. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you had a good time, and I will catch you next time.